In this video, I am going to show you how I am drying out my kale. So I just rinsed out my dehydrator and I've rinsed off my kale and I'm going to put it in the dehydrator. It says, according to the instructions, that it should take about 2.5 hours on medium, no rotation necessary, to dehydrate my kale. So let's see how it works. What's very nice about this dehydrator is it comes with a little guide, very quick to access. You can kind of find what you might be trying to dehydrate and it will give you an idea of what it'll take. So like I said, I quickly went down, found the kale. It said arrange kale leaves on tray, no rotation needed, medium setting for 2.5 hours. Let's give it a try. So I rinsed out my kale, still a little wet actually, so I'll get a towel, dry it off a bit. As we lay them on the trays, just give it a little gentle squish. And I have the first tray on the thing, on the unit, and I'm going to lay them out. Now as you can see, sometimes the leaves are a little bit long, so once again I have my handy scissors. Stainless steel. These happen to be ginger scissors. They're one of my favorite. I find that I can have them cut. I mean, they cut everything, but I find that I can have them sharpened pretty easily. So I really like them. Okay, I think we can add a little bit more. They do say to not overlap on the trays, so I'm going to try not to overlap, but a little overlapping is going to happen. Just the nature of the kale. I think this might be good for one. Now some people only like the very green part. I like the whole piece. I like that thickness in there. I think all of it's good for you. My idea here is actually to dry out the kale and then I am going to turn it into capsules. And that will be for another video and another demonstration for a really nifty little vitamin capsule unit I just purchased. I'm going to put another tray on, because remember this has 5 trays. Stacks on pretty easily. Dry out our kale. Give it a little pop. Now, if there's some yellowish kale or things that don't look quite right to you, take them out. Don't use them. Only use the finest pieces that you have. I think that the potency will really be affected. So, really choose your vegetables and fruits wisely. I think that's another layer. And when I'm squishing my kale with the towel, I'm just doing it very gently just to kind of squeeze out the water. And if it takes a little longer than 2.5 hours because there's still quite a bit of moisture, that's okay with me. We have a little more here. A little more room on this tray. Trying to not overlap. Okay, that's our 3rd tray. Now we're up to our 4th tray. Now I think I should also add that for this unit, currently I'm at my 4th tray, I have only used 1 bunch of kale. So I went to the farmer's market and I got some delicious organic kale that, like I said, I'm going to dehydrate, and it seems as if I may only need 4 trays to dehydrate my kale. And that's okay. It does come with 5 trays, so if you have a little more, And if I wanted to add something else, I suppose I can. But for this, I just want to try my 1 bunch of kale on my 4 units. So let's cover it up. Everything well stacked. Pretty easy unit to put together, I have to say. I mean, you know, plug and play. There we are on medium. I don't know if you can hear. I can hear the fan. It's not extremely loud. I can definitely hear it. It sort of sounds like lovely white noise. So we're going to give it 2.5 hours, and we'll be back to see what we produced. Okay, so we are now going to open up our dehydrator and see what our kale looks like. To be quite frank, it has been dehydrating for about 4 hours. I did check it after the 2.5 hour, like the booklet says, but some of the thicker parts were definitely not dry. So let's look at our kale. Let's open up the cover and take a little look. You can see it's pretty crunchy. If I can put it in my fingers, you can see it's going to break up into little fine pieces, which is pretty much what I wanted it to be turned into. They all look pretty dry to me. So all in all, I can tell you that some people just like to go ahead, I'm having a little trouble closing this up, aren't I? Some people like to just go ahead and eat the kale chips just as they are. My plan is to turn these kale chips into a capsule form. So that is what I will do next.